What's up, homebodies? This is just a really quick and dirty and terrible tutorial. Maybe not even a tutorial, just kind of a look at this. I'm going to be playing with this for the rest of the day, but so often I like start playing with something and then I really go down the rabbit hole and then I start making a tutorial and then I really edit that tutorial a lot because I'm a perfectionist and it's weird. And so like it takes weeks or months before I actually show you something I've been working on. So this is totally real time. This morning I woke up to a cool post on Twitter. I follow a bunch of much smarter than me people, especially in the VR and XR space. And I woke up to an announcement that Oculus had released an update that allowed you to cast directly to your computer, which then opens up the ability to screen share or stream that experience. For those that don't know, the Oculus Quest so far has been a very closed system. Facebook is really trying to contain you to their ecosystem. From a business perspective, I understand, but from a community perspective, we look at any open or digital community or virtual community, most of those things have thrived on being open early. For example, YouTube culture, even looking at Zoom and how it basically became synonymous with video conferencing, that's because it was open, it was free, it was available, and it allowed a community to flourish before it worried about transactionalizing everybody to death. So I'm really actually excited to see Oculus open up its ecosystem a little bit more today to allow people to stream the experience so we can share this technology with so many other people. So let's check it out. Here is a screen capture inside of my Oculus Quest headset of me opening up TiltBrush, which is basically a paint program inside of VR. Really cool. You can put yourself inside of a painting while you're painting. There are much better artists than me on the internet that do phenomenal work in this genre. If you're looking for an artist to follow in this space, I highly recommend Rosie, who actually has a live show coming up at the British Library Culture events. You get free tickets online and a link in the description. But in the past, you've only been able to live stream to Facebook itself or to attach or tether your computer to your PC and try to do some workarounds that way. There's some reflector apps, things like that. It's been extremely clunky, especially for someone like me who is brand new to this space, which has really impacted the ability for mass adoption. So today they've opened up the casting ability that with a single click, you can stream what your Oculus sees to your computer web browser. Let's check that out. So again, I'm inside of TiltBrush, I'm painting, this is cool, I'm recording what's going on inside of my screen, but I decide I want to share this to my computer web browser. I'm simply going to go to Cast, select my computer instead, and now inside of my computer web browser at oculus.com/casting, I can log into my Facebook account and it actually shows you what I see in the headset on my web browser in real time. That's awesome. So how do we apply this? Why does this matter, Brendan? So now let's tie it all together. You've been seeing me in front of a green screen this whole time that I've just turned black, and then you've seen footage of what's going on inside of my Oculus. Now, we're going to take away all the effects. You are just seeing me inside of OBS streaming with my green screen turned to black, or I've got a little black curtain, it's called, right here. So here I am streaming live. I'm going to put on my Oculus and go back into that TiltBrush, which I don't think I saved because I was so excited. So I'll be starting over, but I'll just make a little TiltBrush thingy real fast. I'll just put that red base that you saw when I first started painting in here. Letting it load. Hello, TiltBrush. And what's cool is you don't have to do this with TiltBrush. It's just very visually interesting. So after I do this with TiltBrush, I will then do it with the FutureStages, because why not plug that? Oh no! So I said I wouldn't post-produce this, so I just punched my microphone, so you're welcome for that. But I now have just a red floor basically hanging out in front of me inside of TiltBrush. I'm going to hit the Oculus button on my controller. It's going to take me to the menu. I'm going to go to Cast on the menu page, select my computer, hit Next. My headset is ready to cast. I'm going to hit Done. And now, taking a peek from inside of my headset, no cheating, I'm looking at my computer where I can see that it is casting what my headset sees. So I'm now inside of OBS going to add a window capture. Chrome. You have to use Chrome, by the way. I'm gonna go find the Chrome window. Here we go. Oh, goodness me. Just too many things up on my machine. Sorry, this is very hard to do on a headset. I should have just trusted that you would trust me to not lie. So I stretch this out, get this ish where I want it, and now bring it behind me. See, there we go. And I'm just preserving that you can see my OBS. So let me just crop this because again, I'm a perfectionist and this is where I take too much time. So now when I look down, I'm just going to resume ChromeBrush. You can actually see what I'm painting inside of TiltBrush, not ChromeBrush, which would allow me to make a stage and perform on that stage, or make an environment and then perform inside of that environment. I could also go to other features inside. So I'll quit the TiltBrush app. Real quick and terrible. I'm just going to go into the FutureStages tour. You're familiar with this. Loading up on hubs inside of my Oculus browser. I have to assume this is what you're seeing. Yes, excellent, good. So it's going to load up. Anyone who's done this has noticed how long it takes to load all the objects, but that's fine because once we're in, we are in. And now I'm inside the FutureStages, and I can walk around here, and I'm up there on stage. I'm gonna go ahead and mute myself by turning that down, teleport myself onto stage, turn around, and now you can see I'm basically performing on stage. So now what if my headset was the camera? Oh, it lost my forehead. If I cover this up for forehead detection, I can now conceivably put this anywhere in the world, right, in the 3D environment, and it's going to act in real time. So now go with me for a second for a very DIY, quick and dirty, Brendan style filmmaking. If I made a 3D environment, right, inside of hubs or another open source environment, here, the audience looks more attractive, so we'll do this. Then I could tether this to my webcam, right? And so the headset travels with the webcam, or you could get a hockey puck that other VR systems have. And then wherever the camera goes, the background would change. So I could do a real-time XR backdrop on my live action video, meaning that even though I'm just in front of a green screen, I could put myself in a virtual environment with anybody else in the world, and we could basically stream ourselves into a 3D environment. I think that's a thing. I think that's very much a thing. Without having to learn Unity, without having to learn Unreal, this just accelerates it that much faster. And I'm very confident that Oculus is doing this because they're probably coming up with their own version. We look at Horizons, we look at Spatial, we look at a lot of other softwares and programs that they're releasing. But this is pretty nifty that this can just travel wherever it needs to travel. And then I can perform. And if my green screen wasn't immediately behind me because I just threw this up real fast for this demo, I could actually like stand up and perform on stage, which is pretty nifty. This is just a real quick and dirty, oh look, I'm just pointing it at the ceiling now. A real quick and dirty example of how this could be used. Please let me know in the comments how you think this should be used, or if you want me to try experimenting with different stuff. I've got all these toys, why not play with them? But I wanted to share this because I didn't want to sit here and like diddle with it for a month and then come out and you're like, yeah dude, I heard about that. It dropped today, or at least as far as I can tell, today or yesterday. This is a really cool workaround. This is a really cool way to open up all of these ecosystems, all of the creativity that's being done in VR. This immediately makes it available to share and stream on a 2D experience of a computer screen or of a YouTube video or of whatever, that we could live stream this out. I think my next stage is, if you've seen my other work, I want to begin seeing whether or not in a program like TiltBrush or in something like Hubs, I could in real time build the stage that I then perform on. So when you saw my Boston show, I had to pre-build all of those overlays, all of those backdrops, and then perform on that stage once I lined up my camera. I think my next step would be if I could, with the audience, build a world and build a story and build a show, kind of like a role-playing game or some sort of kind of a loose narrative or nonlinear story where we're building and inventing something together, that could be really cool. I know that I'm a dork, and thank you for putting up with me. I so appreciate your support. I so appreciate that you watch these videos, that you reach out to me, that you tell me the problems you're having with the technology so that we can troubleshoot it together. If you like this video, like, subscribe, share, please share it. Please share this trick and this hack with anybody who might have a headset, anybody who might just have a 2D experience, anyone who wants to live stream and maybe open up their experience a little more. This is just how it works for Oculus. I'm confident that this will push the needle on other headseted experiences that people will go, we should do that too. But this is a really cool way that untethered, no wires, I can basically move around my entire apartment and put myself literally in any world and then actually share that with you, the viewer, in real time, which is okay. Scene. Now go create something.